Get down with OOTP. Yeah, you know me. Get down with OOTP. Yeah, you know me. Welcome back. Let's play Out of Park Baseball 19. We are here. Draft Day 2020 with our beloved White Sox. Things have been interesting to start the season. Our pitching is doing incredibly well, and our bats, despite the fact that we are 12th in runs scored in the league, are actually sort of picking up. Through the first month or so, we were last in runs in the league, so a lot of our hitters are slowly starting to figure things out at the plate. A lot of guys right now are still struggling very hard, though, at the plate. But as far as the pitching, it's actually been quite good, and there have been some big surprises so far. So, among those that I would like to call your attention to, relief pitcher Freddy Peralta has been extremely good for us. I traded for him at the start of the season. I didn't actually show it on screen, but I'll show you guys that trade. I didn't think it was going to be consequential in any way, but we sent away Brock Holt, who was on a minor league deal with us, and then we moved him and Miguel Soto, who was is a 19-year-old young player for us. I didn't think his ratings looked particularly good, and we received Freddy Peralta in return. So in Peralta, he's pitched 32 innings for us, 2.2 ERA, so been probably our best reliever this year. As far as starting pitchers goes, happy to say that Jorge Ruiz, who we also traded for this past offseason, I showed you guys that one. 65 innings so far, 2.6 ERA, pitching like an all-star. Ratings suggest that even though he is 26, he may still be able to improve in some areas of his game. That home run suppression, he's only allowed one home run in 65 innings. I'm not sure if that's gonna. I don't think that's gonna keep up, but he's pitched extremely well this year for us. Some guys have struggled. Lucas Giolito he's surrendered far too many home runs. He's 2.5 per 9 innings right now, but everything else is all right. He started 4 games for us this season, and then he's made 18 appearances out of the pen because we moved him. Gregory Soto effectively took his spot. Gregory Soto's been pitching very well for us to start the season as well, 2.15 ERA. He's made 14 appearances, 9 of which were starts, and he is 4-1 on the year. So as far as the pitching goes, pitching overall has been pretty good. There's been a lot of sort of rotation within this bullpen, trying to get the right combo of guys. Right now we have Grant Holmes up for his first trip to the majors this season. Will he stick? I don't know. We have a lot of guys like Funkhauser, and also Diekman is injured as well. So just something to keep in mind there. As far as the lineups go, Blake Rutherford is doing fantastic. He's hitting very well. He's on pace for like a 5-win season, and playing great defense out there in center, doing perfect leadoff hitter things with his 370 OBP. Makata's doing pretty well. Just about what you would expect from him. Willie Calhoun has been massive, 141 OPS plus, 14 home runs already through 57 games. So excited about him. Guys who have been struggling would be Jimenez. Jimenez still struggling, still pretty much hitting just like he did last year, which isn't a good sign, but he's going to get some time to figure things out. Josh Okemi also hitting pretty poorly, 87 OPS plus. And then also Dansby Swanson having a rough go at it, but Swanson's managed to stay replacement level just because of his defense at third, I guess. But as you can see, his ratings have come down quite a bit, and we have him on that long-term deal, so I don't know how that's going to work out for us. But sometimes those gambles don't work. Aaron Hicks, right now, he's actually doing quite good. 100 OPS plus, so completely league average hitter, but he's playing great defense in right field. Has played pretty much every game this year, and we're happy to have him. He has a team option for 2021, and if he keeps this up, I can see us definitely picking that up. Castro's doing all right. Hechavarria is doing worse than last year at the plate, but this is probably his last year with us anyways, so yeah, so that's what we have going on with them. I'm going to be checking in on the prospects now, so let's get to that. This is the first time I've looked at any of these guys all year, so yeah. Oh, Sam Dexter has been dropped, so we can actually offer him a minor league deal. Okay, that's taken care of. Anyways, Sandy Martinez is hurt. These guys are all rookie ball. Okay, Pimentel, he's only played 5 games. Not much to say. I mean, probably could be ready for an A-ball promotion towards the end of the year. James Bell, an A-ball, he is doing, it's just a little bit above replacement level, not hitting particularly well. His ratings have come down a bit. I've noticed that a lot. A lot of these guys, their ratings have come down. Trevor Cad's not doing well. He didn't do particularly well in A-ball last year either. Only 20 years old, though. Trent DeVoe has come down just a bit, too. He's doing all right in A-ball, actually. The bat could do better, but his defense is kind of making up for it. Joe Gray Jr. also have come down a bit, but still looking like he could be a pretty great player, honestly. He's doing quite well in A-ball and could easily, very soon, earn his promotion up to A-plus ball, which would be great at age 20 for him to do. So, and then Alex McKenna, just to wrap things up, he's got 60 contact potential still, and that's combined with 60 I, that's pretty sweet. I just noticed that. He's hitting decent as well, so 22 years old, you'd like to see him in A-plus ball sooner rather than later. As far as the A-plus outfielders go, Alexo is hitting extremely well. Looking at promotion soon, but with all these guys, I just wanted to get them just a little more experience at their specific levels, just to make sure they're for real. Henderson Colmas, he also doing quite well at the plate. Unfortunately, Alec Thomas is not doing well at all, so he may have to be sent back down to A-ball, but we're going to give him a little more time to figure things out. Shea Langoliers, our top prospect in the system, I would say. He's just doing all right at A-plus ball, but actually that 320 OBP is good. 95 OPS plus for a catcher is pretty solid. We're going to try to rush him through this system pretty quickly, so he could still get a promotion sooner rather than later, honestly. Blaze Alexander, he is just doing all right in Double-A. He's holding his own, which, he's about just to turn 21, so that's still pretty good. Still has that 80i potential, which is fantastic. And despite the fact that he's not hitting for average or slugging at all, his OBP has managed to keep him afloat. And that's just kind of a credit to his discipline at the plate. He's walked 31 times in 49 games compared to 32 strikeouts, so that's awesome. Ratings coming along nicely there. I'm stupid. I had all batters selected. I didn't realize that. Looking at our pitchers real quickly as well, Tim Cate, his overall ratings have come up. He's pitching quite well, in my opinion, in A-ball right now. 360 BABIP against him, that's not going to hold, but when you look at his 1.2 walks per 9 innings, that's fantastic. 9.7 strikeouts, fantastic. 0.6 home runs per 9 innings, fantastic. His fielding independent pitching has to be really, really good, and very, maybe just a few more innings at this level, and as long as he can keep it up, going to be in A-plus ball pretty soon. Dittenberg is, how's he pitching? Not as well, it looks like. Fielding and pitching would be just about replacement level-ish, but he's had some good starts. He's had some bad starts. Don't know where the future lies with him, but if he could just maybe even make the majors as a reliever, I would consider that a success at this point. Spencer Adams has been up and down. He was pitching actually quite well for us, so he's been in the majors for us as a relief pitcher, and hopefully can keep it up. He's an interesting pitcher, very much kind of a pitch to contact guy who's not going to blow you out of the way, but and then Soto we talked about already, he's doing well. So that's all our pitching, and now we can actually get to the draft. Alright, we are here in the draft. We are picking 15th in the first round. I have been debating between two players, one of which is the high schooler Kent Cochran. Catching prospect looks quite good. Doesn't look too dissimilar from Langoliers, although Langoliers is much better catcher defensively. So that's kind of what separates them right now. And the other player I'm looking at is Sam Bagwell, who is a college starting pitcher. And if he can get this control to develop from 30, which is a big ask, but if he can do it, He looks like he could be a very solid starting pitcher. I like that he's a ground ball pitcher. I like that his arm is durable. I like that he's from college. He probably doesn't quite have the ceiling that Cochran does, but despite the fact that he is a pitcher, I have a decent amount of trust in him. So we're gonna go for it, and he's gonna cost a little bit more than Slot, but that's okay. We're gonna pay that money. We have 13 million in the budget open, so yeah, let's go for it. So we're gonna make Sam Bagwell our first round pick. All right, I am here in the second round. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce this guy's first name, but Van Kohler. He is a center fielder, college prospect. He went to University of Texas Arlington. Durable, high work ethic. As a hitter, maybe only projects to be somewhere around league average, but just outrageously fast, insanely fast, and great outfield range as well. So a legitimate center fielder. And yeah, I quite like him a lot. He's very toolsy, which is my seems to be my go-to word for this series for anyone that's fast and plays center field. But yeah, let's go for Van Kohler. All right, I am here in the third round now. There's actually two sort of two-way. I'm not even sure if two-way is the right word because I want him to play in the field. But there's two guys who are labeled as pitchers in this draft who I'm really intrigued in as position players. One of them is Jared Jones here. He seems like he would project to be a third baseman and or right fielder. So you can see his batting potential here. He's got a lot of growth to do, I guess, but very high ceiling as far as that goes. So I quite like him here in the third. You know, you got to go for these kind of high ceiling guys in the once you get past the first couple rounds. So I'm gonna go with Jared Jones, and then we'll see if that other guy's available in the fourth. All right, the other guy I wanted has been snatched up. If I go into the draft log, here was I in the third round, and then I'm looking at starting pitchers. Yes, the Dodgers selected him, Ethan Long. He was extremely similar to the other guy, but I like the other guy's defensive range just a little bit more. That was pretty much the only thing separating him. Long was a slightly better power hitter, and he had a lot of gap potential, so we'll see how that turns out. But let me start looking for my fourth round selection. All right, I'm here in the fourth round, and I think I'm going to go with this guy, Garrett Frechette. He is 19 years old, so he's played 1 year in college, presumably, and is coming out for the draft. I like that he has high work ethic. He has some power potential there, and a good discipline potential as well. So seems like he could be an all-around decent corner outfielder, and he's the type of guy that maybe, you know, with that high work ethic, if he can sort of improve his projections in some of these, he can be a real threat to be a big league player. So we're going to go with him in the fourth round. All right, and for my fifth and final draft pick, at least on screen, I always do the first 15 rounds, but I'm going to go with Jared Campbell. He's been hanging around too long, it seems like, and he looks to be not a below average hitter at the big league level, but he does look like he will have great defense at shortstop, and he does have high work ethic as well. So yeah, we'll see how that works for him, but I'm okay with using a fifth on a guy like Jared Campbell, so I'm going to do it. So that'll wrap it up for the draft. We are here at the All-Star break, and we are in it, guys. We are in it right now. 3 games behind a wild card spot, and 1 game behind the division lead in the Central Division right now. So this could really kind of come down to the wire at the end of the season. And I'm not sure if there's a trade deadline move coming up for us. I think we're in kind of a situation where we're going to hold. But let's take the time to go over the All-Star rosters, check in on the league, and then also check in on our prospects and all that fun stuff. So let's do it. All right, everyone, here are your All-Star Game rosters, and it is going to be Brett Honeywell of the Rays, who will take the mound for the American League. Gregory Soto has made an All-Star game, which is pretty shocking. He's getting maybe a little lucky on those peripherals just because I don't like that 5 walks per 9 inning. That's pretty bad, but you know what? He has pitched 94 innings, ERA under 3, 173 ERA plus, which is pretty crazy. So, yeah, I have the offensive settings of the league cranked to 2017 levels, so that's why offense as a whole is pretty high. Jorge Ruiz also making the All-Star game for us. He's pitching even better. He's pitched 100 innings for us, 3.1 ERA. Yeah, just having a fantastic season, and this guy's been going to be a member of the White Sox for a long time, hopefully. Anyone else? I'm looking right now. Any other Chicago White Sox? Willie Calhoun has also made the All-Star game. He has 23 home runs at the All-Star break. That is excellent news for him. And I think that's it. I think those are our 3 representatives. So the past few years we only had 1 representative, I believe. So to have 3 is excellent news. As far as around the league right now, I can see that Bryce Harper is having a pretty scary season, as is Aaron Judge. They each have 32 home runs at the All-Star break. Actually, Judge has 33 right now. So yeah, they're hitting a lot of dingers. And let's go take a look at the National League. Right now, Bret Phillips. All right, I'm a big Bret Phillips fan in real life. He has a monster arm. Yeah, okay, so he's got 1,000 OPS, no biggie. Votto is still doing his thing. We're doing sort of our Joey Votto check-in right now. Who is starting? That'll go to Syndergaard, who's pitching very well. Yeah, I'm quite happy with how everyone is doing on the team as just a general whole. I wish we had Mats. I feel like that could maybe put us over the hump right now because Carson Fulmer's been struggling all year. If we could have Mats in his place in the rotation, we would have a pretty fearsome rotation, even more fearsome than the one we already have, in my opinion. So as far as how our players go, I'm just gonna show you guys. We still had a lot of sort of rotation throughout. Kyle Funkhauser's come back from his injury. He's only pitched 8 innings, so I'm not digging into his numbers too hard right now. Spencer Adams has been a pretty big deal in long relief for us. Bullpen as a whole has done quite well, honestly. Jace Fry has maybe surprised me the most. We've moved him into this stopper role right here. We've talked Ruiz and Soto, but Norris has actually done a solid enough job for us, I think. Not spectacular, but he, 102 ERA plus, 80 innings. Hard to complain with that. Sonny Gray, not as good as last year, but still, 103 ERA plus, 102 innings. Hard to complain. And then Fulmer, he's getting a lot of strikeouts at the very least, so maybe he'll have a better second half. As far as our lineups go, we have Rutherford, who has slowed down but is still having quite a nice year for us, and 350 OBP. That's okay by me. Moncada's also slowed down a bit, but he wasn't able to make the All-Star game. I thought this would be the year he makes an All-Star game, but doing well enough, honestly. Willie Calhoun, we talked about, he's doing great. Jimenez is slowly starting to figure it out, and he's going to bring that OPS plus hopefully above 100 soon. He's on pace for 28 home runs on the year, so he's figuring it out. Okimi is a guy who's still struggling right now, unfortunately. I'm going to go ahead and move Aaron Hicks above him because Aaron Hicks has been fantastic all year. I'm a little bit surprised he didn't make the All-Star game. He's just 119 OPS plus, giving us that good defense, and yeah, he's been pretty much perfect, and I imagine that he'll be picked up for that team option, so I'm glad I set him up with the team option. Swanson's getting it together a little bit. He's on pace for at least a 1.5 win season, so I'd like to see him swing the bat a little bit better. Castro is doing all right, and Hechavarria is doing pretty poorly, honestly, so he's batting 9th right now. I don't feel like Escobar is a much better option, but maybe we go after a shortstop at the trade deadline. I don't know yet. We'll get there when we get there, is kind of my thinking. Let us check in on the standings now. I think that would be a good idea. All right, here's a quick look at the standing. Right now, the Yankees, Twins, Astros each lead their respective divisions. Orioles, Rays, White Sox, Royals, all in the wild card hunt right now. In the National League, Mets, Cubs, Dodgers each leading their divisions. Cardinals, Nationals, Padres, Braves, Brewers, those are sort of the guys who are in a dogfight for these 2 wild card spots. So yeah, that's where we're at. And White Sox, we're coming into the All-Star break 8-2 in our last 10. So hopefully we can ride that to a strong second half finish. But now it's time, I think, probably to do some prospect promotions and demotions. And the list is much larger now, so let's get to it. I hadn't signed a international amateur all year yet, but we did have a bit money in the budget this go around, so I decided I would go after Ignacio Fierro. He doesn't have any of the personality makeup I like, but it's hard to say no to 80 potential home run power, so I went for it. He $3 million, so that was our whole budget right there. Sam Bagwell is pitching in Great Falls right now. He is getting currently BABIP'd to death, I would say. Only pitched 19 innings. I like him in Great Falls for now. I think that seems like a reasonable landing spot for him for the rest of the year. He was our first round pick. Sandy A. Martinez. Right now, I just feel like he is probably not longer part of the list for us right now. Sidney Pimentel, hitting extremely well in rookie ball. This guy needs a ball, I think, right now. Yeah, probably the right move for him. He's going to be happy with that. I'm happy with him, too. He's come along quite nicely. Jared Campbell only played 14 games, but hitting extremely well. Garrett Frechette is also hitting extremely well on rookie ball, so those 2 guys are also added in the draft. Jared Jones, how is he doing? He is not hitting too well. I'm going to go ahead and fix his game strategy because I don't want him to be used as a 2-way player, even though technically he could be. So that's taken care of right there. Okay, James Bell. James Bell right now struggling in A-ball, but I don't have anywhere else for you, James Bell. Trevor Cade right now. His ratings look to have come up a little bit, but still really struggle in A-ball for him. Tim Cate in A-ball. I think I'm gonna move him up. I've liked how he's pitched all year, and I think A+ is a decent landing spot for him. He's angry. Why is he angry? Roll on team. Okay, yeah, he's been. Are these games that he's starting? Okay, so I don't know why he's angry about the roll on team. Then he's being used as a starting pitcher. Hopefully, getting him to A+ ball will fix that. Mason Denneberg, former 4th overall pick. You know what? Not bad, Mason. Honestly, I think I'm gonna get a little aggressive and send him up to high A. We'll see. Okay. Sam Dexter, we signed, so he is in A ball with us and had been doing pretty good. He's strained his back. Joe Gray Jr. How is he coming along? He's doing quite well, A ball. He probably needs A+ ball. Boy, we've really got some nice prospects on this team, don't we? I'm not sure, who's going to be a star, who's not, but, I'm not, okay. Let's see, McKenna, I like how he's hitting, I do. Let's go high A. High A for McKenna. Van Kohler, I put in A ball to start the year. He is doing poor, to say the least. Yeah, I'm gonna let him stick it out there. It's only been 41 plate appearances. What's the harm? XOLXO, he's kind of torn up A+ balls as a 20-year-old, which is really impressive. So AA for him. Getting all kinds of nice promotions here. Anderson Comas, yeah, same thing. I think I could give him a little bit more time, though. He hasn't been mashing to the same level. Still only 270 plate appearances at this level. So, yeah. Shea Langoliers, honestly, like, I'd be tempted just to skip him up to AAA, but I'm gonna put him in AA. Yeah, I mean, he might start AAA at next year and then be in the majors at some point. So, happy with how he's come along. Out Thomas, I think back down to A-ball for him. It just hasn't quite worked out for him right now, and yeah. So that's that. My guy Blaze Alexander, he is just doing his OBP thing. He's picked up the hitting some. I think AAA, it's time for AAA for him. And yeah, who knows? Probably, could be starting shortstop next year for us. He's still just 21 years old. He's just turned 21. Gavin Sheets, who we traded for, I added him to the list. The reason I added him to the list is because the CPU had put him in rookie ball for some reason, and he was of course mashing there. So I was like, no, you should probably be in like AAA. So I put him in AAA. With Okimi playing bad, who knows, And yeah, so that's everybody. Everybody else in the majors, we've talked about them already. So yeah, so here's what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm gonna make a deal at the trade deadline, right? So if I make a deal at the trade deadline, the episode's not over yet. So I'm going to say goodbye now, but if there is something at the trade deadline, I will show you guys that, and then that will conclude the midseason episode. So right now I'm going to say goodbye, maybe. So yeah, see you guys. All right, guys, this is it. So what I did is I looked for players whose contracts were expiring at the end of the year, and I found Andrelton Simmons was one of them. And I love Simmons. This is not, I don't think, our long-term solution at shortstop, so to say, but what we can do is I'm going to trade Hechavarria for him, as well as this prospect, Alonzo Jones, who I'm just not that into. He's 23. He was a 15th round draft pick for us. Ratings look all right, but there's more exciting middle infielders in our system for sure. He's not even on our short list, and then we're also sending Connor Myers, who is doing well in A+ ball, but he's 26. So, and then we're gonna get Andrelton Simmons in return. He's going to start at shortstop for these last couple months for us, and hopefully, someone like him can sort of push us over the edge, and let us sneak like a wild card spot, or even win the division, because we're 54-47 right now, and yeah, so this is our ballsy move. Like I said, I don't think Simmons gets extended by us in the off season, but yeah, this is what we're gonna do right now, and I'm excited about it. And yeah, so I'm gonna click complete trade. That'll end the episode, and I will see you guys, for better or worse, at the end of the season, and we can see whether this move paid off or not.